everyone, welcome to On Tap. My name's Chris, and today we are going to be talking about that world-famous cerveza Corona. And cerveza just means beer in Spanish. You might assume that Corona is going to have some history like Mr. So-and-so in the year 1800 and whatever founded the Corona brewery and started producing Corona in the town of X, but that's not actually the case. From the start, Corona was started in 1925 as just a brand of beer by the Cervecería Modelo. Cervecería Modelo is a brewery in Mexico. They produce things like Pacifico and, of course, their namesake, the Modelo brand of beers. Corona was launched by this brewery and very quickly became one of their best-selling beers. By the 1930s, Corona was the best-selling beer in all of Mexico, a position it still holds to this day. And in 1998, Corona became the best-selling imported beer to the US, knocking another major company off the first place pedestal, Heineken, which is a pretty impressive feat if you think about it. And then in 2012, Grupo Modelo, as it was now called, was acquired by AB InBev, the Disney or Amazon of the brewing industry. And now Corona is one of innumerable beers owned by this mega conglomerate. Corona's really built up its reputation as a hot weather beer. You know, the kind of beer you drink while lying on a sandy beach underneath a palm tree, listening to the sound of the waves crashing upon the shoreline, eating some ceviche or fresh fish tacos. As the company puts it, anything you can enjoy on a beach. I mean, they really have cornered this drinking beer on a beach market. Seriously, I can't think of a single ad where I don't see tropical white sandy beaches and beautiful people gallivanting along the shoreline in a single Corona ad. No, really, I can't think of a single one where you don't see that. Either way, the ad campaign, and just maybe the quality of the beer, seems to have paid off for them pretty well, since not only are they the top-selling beer in Mexico, the top-selling imported beer in the United States, they're one of the top 5 best-selling beers in the world. And another interesting fact I want to mention about Corona is that they're one of the few companies to produce their beer in clear bottles. Now there's a reason for that, or rather there's a reason for why most companies other than Corona produce their beer in colored bottles. You see, beer, like any organic product, eventually spoils, it goes bad. And a major reason for why beer spoils and goes bad is both temperature and also light. If beer is kept in colored glass, dark brown or dark green, more light is bounced off the bottle, and that means less light gets to the beer and the beer doesn't spoil as quickly. But not for the makers of Corona. I guess the makers of Corona like to live dangerously.
I also like to live dangerously.
All right, let's talk COVID. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was researching this episode and starting to write the script, I just assumed I would be shamelessly shoehorning in a bunch of bad jokes about how the company was in total financial tailspin because of COVID, but apparently it's doing just fine. No, seriously, Corona is doing just fine. All right, so what happened was apparently in the winter of 2020, Corona beer did take a bit of a hit in China, but that was very temporary, and pretty much by April, the beer was back up to its normal level of sales. It just seems like it was this threat that never really materialized. And also, just in case anyone's wondering, Corona just means crown in Spanish, and also in the language from which Spanish is derived, Latin. So the name of both the virus and the beer is purely a coincidence, something that you could think a lot of people really could figure out. According to an article in the Daily Beast, what happened was that in the spring of 2020, when COVID was starting to get kind of bad in Mexico, the Mexican government marked down alcohol production as a non-essential industry. Non-essential industry? Mexico. Why would you do that? And as a result, there were fewer Corona beers being produced in the Corona brewery, which is only located in Mexico. So for a time, there may have been fewer Coronas on shelves, but that was actually because of a supply issue, not because of a demand issue. So it just seems like this threat that never really materialized to the company. And apparently, according to another study, only I think 4% of regular Corona drinkers, I don't know what a regular Corona beer drinker is, but presumably it's someone who drinks it on a regular basis, said that they probably aren't going to drink the beer as much, which in the scheme of one of the top 5 best-selling beers in the world is probably a hit that I think the brand can recover from. You know what it's like? It's like that situation where you talk to your friend who heard from someone that they heard that Corona was going out of business, but then if you ask that person, they said that they heard it from someone else, and then you just keep going down the line and no one really knows where the story came from. Kind of like Captain Spears' reputation in Band of Brothers.
Stories about Spears are probably all bullshit anyway.
He shot 20 POWs?
Well, actually, I heard it was more like 30.
For those of you who don't know what Band of Brothers is, it's an excellent miniseries. I suggest you watch all of it right now. So that's the current state of affairs. But to get into the beers that Corona produces, their most popular is the Corona Extra, which you may or may not associate with hot weather, beaches, summer, and lime wedges. Corona also makes a number of other beers, including the Corona Light. This is a light beer, lower calories, probably lower taste. Second most common you're probably gonna find in stores. Corona also makes Corona Familiar, or Corona Familiar, a beer you are probably less familiar with. I'm sorry, I will see myself out. It basically just means family beer in Spanish. And most recently, Corona introduced Corona Premier. This is the newest addition to the Corona family in 29 years, and the company markets this beer as a sort of light beer upgrade. It's got almost no carbohydrates, and at 90 calories has about 10% fewer calories than the original Corona Light. So for this episode, what I'm going to be doing is drinking Corona two different ways. To start, I'm going to drink it straight from the bottle, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a lime wedge down the neck of each of the bottles and try it that way. You can use a lemon, but my understanding is you're really supposed to use a lime with Coronas. So let's get to it. So first up, we have Corona Light. All right, not a great smell in this. This is bringing back some not so great memories from college. You know what I can describe this as is it has that not really nice like next day beer smell that you associate with like the day after an apartment party. You know, when you've got like, you know, you got your trash bag and you're throwing all the cans and the red cups into the bag, and you know, they're like the cans with like the little bit of beer in them and the red cup, and you're kind of pouring them all out, and they've got that sort of really not very pleasant next day sort of old warm kind of like beer smell and just like feel to them. While this is cold, that's kind of what this tastes like. Next we have the Corona Premier. All right, this is Corona's new and improved light beer. It's got fewer calories and is supposed to be, just in all senses of the word, a better quality light beer. Well, I will say it's definitely better than this one. It kind of doesn't really taste like very much, to be honest. It has sort of that feeling of a light beer where there's maybe just like a little bit more body to it, but not by much. In the scheme of light beers, if you had to drink a light beer, this one might not be a bad one to go with. So next up, we have the classic Corona Extra. The classic Corona, made famous in so many commercials, featuring attractive people in tropical environments on beaches. Yeah, and that's nice. That has that sort of nice Corona taste to it. You know what it has? Corona has a flavor that I think a lot of other Mexican beers have, which I can really only describe as bright. You know, it's the kind of thing that if you're drinking it, you just can kind of picture yourself, well, as we talked about with all the Corona ads, sitting on a beach, sitting in a hammock, sitting by the side of the ocean, eating some seafood or other kind of tropical dishes, enjoying a nice, fresh, crisp Corona. So finally, we have Corona Familiar. And it's like, wait, I actually just realized. So this is in a brown bottle. There was something I realized about this, and I couldn't even put my finger on it. I realized this is in a brown bottle, and these are all in clear bottles. That's weird. I never actually noticed that until just now. So this is in a brown bottle, which, as I said, means that the beer's not going to skunk as quickly compared to these two. But as I said, Corona likes to live dangerously. So we shall see. That's weird. The beer's not brown. I don't know why I thought the beer was going to be brown. I mean, it makes sense. It's the same color as all these other ones. I don't know. Maybe the bottle was brown. I don't know. Anyway, Corona Familiar. Let's give it a try. It's not objectively bad, but it doesn't taste of much. It has more flavor than the Corona Premier, but not by a lot. It's, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like if you took a regular Corona and then you sucked out that sort of bright feeling, the sort of the tropical bright sitting on a beach kind of feeling, and you just kept what was left behind. That's what this beer tastes like. It's sort of like the sad, less exciting cousin of Corona. It's still in the same family, but it's not sort of the star of the show. So now that I've tried all these beers in a glass, as I said, I'm going to try them, as you should try Coronas, with what else but lime wedges. We got the lime wedges here on a paper towel, nothing fancy. We're just starting the channel, guys. So, you know, we're a little low budget right now. All right, so first up we have the Corona Light. The lime just barely masks the sort of bad college frat party feeling that I get from this beer, just like by a little bit, but it's still not good. I still would not drink this. It's not enjoyable. You're not fooling me, Corona Light. You're not fooling me one bit. No, 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 no. All right, next we're gonna do Corona Premier. Corona Premier with the lime wedge. That's weird. The beer, it almost now just tastes like nothing. All I'm tasting is almost just like lime water. I feel like I'm drinking water just with the lime in it. I don't get a sense of any beer almost at all. We're gonna do Corona Extra. Drop the lime wedge down this. All right. All right, Corona Extra with the lime. Yep, and there we go. There's that classic Corona flavor. Corona Extra in the bottle with the lime, very nice. This is exactly the kind of thing that's just gonna put you in that sort of vacation mood where you can imagine yourself in some sort of tropical paradise during the day, preferably on a white sandy beach in a hammock, enjoying the sound of the wind through the palm trees and the waves upon the shore, just taking it in and enjoying life and taking it easy. Now the Corona Familiar. Now I don't actually know if you're supposed to drink Corona Familiar with a lime wedge in the bottle. Does anyone know? If anyone knows, let me know in the comments if you should drink this with a lime wedge or not. I don't know. I'm gonna do it anyway. So, all right. Okay, so the lime wedge does make it a little bit better. Like as I said, if Corona Familiar originally was sort of the sad, depressed, not exciting cousin of Corona Extra, the lime wedge maybe makes it 30% better. So it is a little nicer, but it still very much tastes like a second tier Corona. There's not a whole lot of extra kind of flavor to this, and it's not really doing it for me. In conclusion, in last place, we have Corona Light. This tastes like a bad college frat party. In third place, we have Corona Premier, which is fine for a light beer, but with the lime in it, it tastes almost like nothing, or it tastes like lime tonic water, which is really weird. In second place, we have Corona Familiar, which is not objectively terrible, but it just tastes like a more boring Corona with less character. And I'm not even sure if you're supposed to drink it with the lime wedge, so take that for what it's worth. And then in first place, we have Corona Extra. This is the classic Corona with those nice, bright, tropical summer flavors that you'd associate with vacation and sitting in the sun and taking it easy and enjoying life. I mean, of all of these 4 beers, this is really the only one I think you should go with. You can drink it, with or without the lime. I think it's nice just having it in the bottle with the lime. Usually I don't enjoy beer in the bottle. I prefer always drinking beer in a glass. But I think Corona is really the exception, just because it's nice kind of shooting the lime down the neck and drinking it and getting that extra sort of tangy, bright, summery Mexican beer flavor, which in the right environment is, really just works perfectly with some, fresh ceviche or fish tacos. It's a very, very nice complement to those sorts of foods. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you would be so inclined to subscribe to this channel and perhaps even like the video, it will really help us a lot in making new content for you in the coming weeks and months. See you next time.